Hi everyone, and welcome to our virtual Yama Yoga class. Today we're going to be doing a yin and yang practice. And what that means is that we're going to have part of the practice that's going to be more fiery and active, and then the other part of the practice is going to be more yin postures, which are more restorative. We spend a lot more time just sinking into those postures and being in stillness. But let's get started with the active part of our practice. So we're going to come to a standing position. As you inhale, I want you to spread the arms out wide, opening the chest, presenting the heart forward. As we exhale, we're going to bring the arms together, bend through the elbows, and then find a small crunch coming down and forward. We'll flow with the breath, so presenting the heart, filling the belly, reaching the fingertips out to the sides on inhale. As we exhale, we'll bring forearms together, bending through elbows, finding a slight crunch. We'll have about 3 more breaths like this, expanding as much as we can, reaching those fingertips, shoulder blades together. Exhale, crunching forward. Think about your inhales being as expansive as you can through the body, and then making yourself as small as you can in the standing position through exhales. With the next inhale, we'll take the fingertips out to the sides, present the heart, take the largest inhale you've taken all day, hold the breath, squeeze your pelvic floor as if you're going to stop urination, and look to the third eye space. Exhale, release all that pressure, allow the arms to fall to the side, shake them out, shimmy the shoulders a little bit. And we'll make our way to the top of the mat. We'll start with an inhale, arms coming up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, hinge the hips forward, pull the belly button in to protect the low back, and plant the hands forward fold. We'll inhale, hands to shins, half lift. Exhale, sink further into that fold, plant the hands, and we'll send both feet back to come to our plank position. Now, in your plank, where on the balls of the feet, the shoulders are centered over top the wrists, and the spine is reaching slightly up, so we're finding an activation through the abdomen here. We'll hold this for about 3 more breaths. Stay strong with it. Maybe feeling a little bit of a shake as we're waking up the abdominals. We'll plug the elbows in so that the eyes of the elbows are facing forward. Find a bend through the elbows, coming to the bottom of a push-up, dropping the chest all the way down into the earth. We'll inhale to push through the hands, coming up to a low cobra. Exhale, dropping back down towards the mat. We'll push into the hands and bend through the knees to send the hips back into a child's pose, extending the fingertips long in front. Inhale, come through your tabletop position, tuck the toes under, and we'll send the hips up into the sky for downward facing dog. Now, for the first down dog here, you might want to find a bend through one of the knees as you send the opposite heel down towards the back of your mat. And we'll alternate, sending that opposite heel to sink down towards the mat as we bend through that opposite knee. We'll check in with the fingers and hands here, making sure we're pushing down through the entire palm. And if the fingertips are coming up with the knuckles, we'll just sink those knuckles back down into the ground, reaching the tailbone up towards the ceiling. We'll sink down into that left heel, staying grounded through both hands. With the next inhale, reach the right foot up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Take a bend through that right knee and start to carve some circles with the right knee. We'll start to reverse those circles in the opposite direction. So counterclockwise if you started clockwise or vice versa. Reach those toes up towards the ceiling, extending long. With the next exhale, find a little bit of a crunch as you bring that bent right knee towards the right elbow. We'll hold here. Be really strong through your core, keeping that leg hovering above the ground. Just one more breath. Send that foot up towards the sky. And then we'll sink that foot back down into the mat. Reposition ourselves, making sure those hands are back down on the ground. Sink that right heel down, reach the left one up towards the sky. We'll take our circles here, so bend through that left knee and start to carve your circles in one direction. Staying strong through the shoulders, keeping that integrity through your fingers, pushing the knuckles down into the mat. We'll take our circles in the opposite direction now. All right, great job. Reach those toes up towards the ceiling, stretching long again. And then bend through that knee. Come forward to a slight crunching motion, bringing that left knee to the outside of the left elbow. It'll be really intense here. Just stay with it. Let that leg hover over the ground and breathe. We'll reach that left leg up and then plant it back down into the ground. Stretching through the shoulders and hands. You can hop, step, or walk forward. Fold the upper body down. Just allow your upper body to hang, letting the neck decompress. You can catch hold of either sides of your elbows with the hands. Find a slight rocking motion up and down with the head. Just finding a little bit of relaxation here before we get back into the fire of the practice. Releasing the elbows, rooting down through heels and balls of the feet. We'll inhale, reach the arms out, presenting the heart as we come up, and then reaching the hands all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, palms together, heart center. Press the heels of the hand and the thumb into the chest, feeling the heartbeat. Take one breath here. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, send both feet back, coming into our plank position again. Find a slight contraction at your abdominals to activate and send the spine up towards the ceiling. So you're finding a little bit of a rounding here at the back, coming onto the tips of the toes. And with that rounding, allow that motion to send your body forward as you present the heart. Push into the hands, bring the spine up towards the ceiling through your plank, and then press into the palms to shoot the hips up to come to a downward facing dog. Check in with the integrity of your hands here, pushing those knuckles down into the earth. We'll ground down through the left foot and raise through the right. Find a bend through that knee. And with the next exhale, we're going to bring it forward to the right elbow. We'll move with the breath here. So extend the leg long on inhale. Expand as much as you can. With that next exhale, bend the knee, cross over the body, and bring the knee to the outside of the left elbow. Continue flowing with the breath. So inhale, leg comes up. Exhale, bend that knee and bring it forward into the nose. Inhale, extend the leg long. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhaling up. Exhale, knee to left elbow. One more time, inhale that leg all the way up. Exhale, knee to nose. Plant the foot between both hands and drop down onto the left knee. So we're here in a low lunge, but I want you to check in with that left knee, and we're going to walk the foot back a little bit so that the hips are stacked right over the left knee. So my necklace got caught on there a little bit. Anyway, so hips over knee. We'll bring the arms up, present the heart forward. Now here, we're gonna get into a little bit of a flow with the knee raising up off the ground. So I want you to tuck the left toes under. If you have to walk it forward just a little bit to get that tuck in, feel free to do that. But push down through that right foot. And with the next inhale, arms come up, raise up to a high lunge. Have a breath here. Reach the heel back. As you exhale, drop that knee back down right underneath that left hip. And we'll find our flow. So inhale, come up. Exhale, sink the knee down. Don't touch the floor this time. Inhale up. Exhale, sink down. You'll really feel the front of your legs working with this one. Inhale up. Exhale down, not all the way. One more time. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, sink that knee back down. Plant the palms. Send the right foot back to meet the left. And then we'll plug the elbows in so the eyes of the elbows are facing forward. Bend through the elbows to come all the way down onto the chest. Push into the mat. So inhale, peel the chest up. Exhale down. Push into the hands, push the hips back. Tuck the toes under, come into your downward dog again. Sinking the heels back, pushing through the integrity of your palms. Right heel will reach. Take a bend through that knee. Inhale here. And as you exhale, we'll come forward, left elbow to the outside of the left knee. We'll use the breath to flow here. So inhale, send the leg up towards the ceiling. Exhale, find your little crunch in your abdomen, cross over the body and bring the knee to the right elbow. Send the leg up into the air with the breath. Expand. And as you exhale, bring that knee to the nose. Inhale, leg back up. Exhale, left elbow. Inhale, leg comes straight to the sky. Exhaling to cross over to the right elbow. Inhale, leg all the way up. Exhale, knee to nose, and then step that foot forward to come to your lunge. We'll drop that knee again. Coming up, we'll check in to make sure that knee is right underneath the right hip. Tuck the toes under, and again, if you need to walk it forward just a little bit to get that tuck, feel free. Not too much. We still want to be as close to under the hip as we can. So, with the next inhale, we'll reach the arms up. With the toes tucked under, we'll bring that knee off the ground. Inhaling up. Hold it as you breathe. Next exhale, drop the knee all the way down to the floor. And now I challenge you as we flow through this to not drop the knee to the floor. So make sure those toes are tucked under and we'll get right into it. Inhale, raise the knee up. Exhale, sink it down. Inhaling up, sinking down, and find a flow. We'll do this about 2 more times. Check in with that front knee too and make sure it's tracked over the second and third toes. So it's not coming in like that or going out to the side. We're just right in center. Great, reach all the way up. Exhale, sink it back down. Plant the hands on the mat. We'll send the left knee to meet the right. Sink the hips back into an extended child's pose, reaching the fingertips forward. Exhale, allow your head to come down towards the mat. You can cross the hands over to provide a little bit of a cushion for your third eye here. Just breathe. Feel the sensation of heat in your abdomen, really waking up the core with some fire. And feel your heartbeat. See if you can feel that thumping against your chest, your upper, the tops of your thighs. Have one more breath here. We'll start to transition into the yin portion of this class today. So we'll come up to a seat. We're going to start with the right foot and leg extended, taking a bend through the left. We'll take that left foot into the inner right thigh. And here, if you have any kinds of cushions or pillows you may want to incorporate, you can feel free to do that, but we can also do this without any props. So as you inhale, I want you to reach the right fingertips out towards the right foot as the left comes up towards the ceiling. Now, if it doesn't come all the way to the foot, we can catch the outsides of the right shin. We can also catch right underneath that knee as well. Floating the left fingertips up towards the ceiling as if magnetically drawn up there. Allow the chest to open, presenting it forward. And then you can also allow the fingertips to fall behind you to further open that chest. Close the eyes. Take a couple of deep breaths in. Feeling the belly and chest both expand. Still reaching the fingertips up. We'll release the foot with the right hand, but keep the left fingertips up into the air. We'll take a bend through that right elbow and take the elbow and place it either on top of the thigh, just above the knee, or it can come down onto the floor or any kind of cushion that you would like for some leverage here. We'll just let the head rest down into the hand as the left fingertips reach up. Have 2 more full rounds of breath here. Feel this stretch through the left side body. Then we'll find our restorative version of this posture. We'll bend through the left elbow and take the left hand onto the hip, or you can let it just slide behind you. No effort at all in that arm. With that right elbow planted either on top of the thigh or the ground or any prop that you chose to incorporate, just let the head rest effortlessly into the hands. One of the principles of yin yoga is stillness. So finding that stillness in this posture after cultivating that energy can be quite a challenge. It's like taking something that you've just energized like crazy and trying to simmer it down. Noticing as the breath changes, slowing down, easing into the posture. We're shifting now from one of the branches of the nervous system to the other. So your nervous system is split into the sympathetic and parasympathetic parts. Your sympathetic part is going to be what's activated when you're breathing heavy, you're moving fast, you're cultivating that fire. And the parasympathetic is going to be your relaxation response, your rest and digest. As we shift into that parasympathetic, you'll notice your breath begin to slow down. You may even notice the heart rate beginning to slow. Eyes can be closed, just giving in, letting go everywhere you can. Start to unwind that left arm. Swing it around to full circle. Call it circumduction through that arm joint. Just making this circular pattern. Make about 3 big circles with the arm. Bring the fingertips back towards top. And then we'll find 3 circles in the opposite direction. So swing your circle around, fingertips coming to the right side and then down, out, up, and one more time. And as the fingertips come back down, they can press into the earth. Lift your head back and push both hands into the ground. We'll slowly stack each vertebrae one at a time. Head comes up very last. Find yourself sitting here in the center. And just breathe. Notice the difference between your left side and your right. That difference in sensation, where something has become open and something remains restricted. We'll transition over to that other side now, extending the left leg long, bending that right knee to take the right foot to the inner left thigh. We'll keep the spine stacked through center here, just for a moment. And with the next breath in, we're going to reach the fingertips on the left hand either to the outer left shin or the outer left foot as the right fingertips come up towards the ceiling. Feel your spine extend, opening through the right side body now. We'll reach the right fingertips up towards the ceiling, but eventually we'll begin to allow the chest to expand and open a bit more and let the fingers come behind you. And as you do that, you'll feel it a little more in the neck as well. We'll be here for just 2 more rounds of breath. And we'll release the left foot, keeping the right fingertips up towards the ceiling. We'll take a bend through our left elbow and bring the elbow just to the top of the left thigh. It can also come in front on the inside of the thigh, just on top of a bolster or blanket, cushion, any prop you wanted to incorporate for this. But just right on top of that thigh is fine too. We'll rest the head down into the hands, still reaching the fingertips up and out. Head can come down just effortlessly into the hand. We'll reach the fingertips up for just 2 more rounds of breath. We'll begin to find the restorative version of this posture, bending through that right elbow and bringing the hand down to the right hip or sliding it along the low back and just letting it hang there. Release all effort from the shoulder. No effort on the neck, just resting down into the hands. Still feeling this side body stretch. Also noticing any subtle sensations that may be popping up anywhere else in the body. Not reacting to them, just making notes. And as you practice not reacting and sitting here in stillness in this posture, notice how those sensations move in the body or change, perhaps growing more intense in moments or in others just dissipating completely. Find your breath. That subtle expansion through the side body, becoming more and more open with each breath out. Unwind, coming back to center, pushing into the hands to stack the vertebrae one at a time. We'll bring that left foot in towards the body, crossing our legs, sitting up on our seats, just noticing the sensations in the body here, finding a short meditation. Rooted down through our seats. Notice the sensation of breath as it comes out through the nostrils, filling the space in front of you. Notice the cooling sensation of breath as the air comes in through the nostrils, down through the nasal cavity, down the throat, filling the lungs. Exhaling out to the sensation, nostrils, air in front of you. Closing the eyes. Noticing the rise and fall of the chest and belly. Gently flutter the eyes open. Bring the hands to the heart center, rubbing the palms together. Bringing awareness back into the hands, feeling the heat resonating between the palms. Flare the elbows out to the side, press the thumbs into the sternum. Tuck the chin in slightly. Thank you for taking the time to share in this practice, movement and stillness today. Namaste.